Miss Sam's worm house has holes?
Because it was
What need
so
to
don't
do?
forget it out.
What do you need to do?
We.
That's right. My worms have to be able to breathe. Now, I'm going to show you something. See, I'm coming. Do you see this?
We can go fishing.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So my name is Samantha and I am officially exhausted. So I just finished with our babies, you guys. So I did 3 pre-K, 3 kindergarten classes, and each of the kindergarten teachers had 26 kids in their class, which that's insane. They should have had a 4th one brought in, and you would have had 3 classes with 20 and 1 class with 18, but they didn't do that. They overloaded these teachers severely. 26 5 and 6 year olds, it's too much. I taught that age group. It's too much. But I had an amazing day. I was able to present the worm forms to the classrooms. They were so excited, you guys. They got to pet rabbits. They got to hold worms. They got to look at seeds. They sniffed ginger because I had it in the root form. It was amazing. I was able to explain to these children that it is their culture to farm. St. Helena Parish, where I live, was once one of the biggest agricultural parishes in my entire state. A parish is a county for you. We had cattle, we had goats, we had a grist mill, we had a syrup mill where you could bring your sugar cane and turn it into syrup. You could, all of that stuff, you guys. We had all of that here. And sometime in the 1960s, they began to phase it out. Now, most of the land in my parish is owned by the state or it is owned by logging companies, or it's still in large farm capacity, and that's an exciting thing. The problem is we do not have a distribution center in my parish for all of this food. We have to take it out of the parish. We do not have a slaughterhouse in our parish. You have to leave and go out of parish, which costs the farmer a tremendous amount of money, because now you have to have a trailer, I have to have a truck to move it. But over time, I'm praying we're able to get that groundwork back into play here in our parish for these children's future. Because a lot of these kids are going to inherit land. They just don't know how to turn that land into money. And that is kind of where I came in. I was asked by the school board to come in today and to peek these little minds, these little sponges, into getting them used to what farmers do, to encourage them to want to become a farmer when they grow up. It was an honor, it was a privilege, it was so exciting for me because I was able to pass out 4 worm forms. I was able to get the teachers excited about what you could do off your own farm. It was amazing. It really was. I got to see my guy baby. So y'all know he came up to the front of the presentation and stood there and basically helped his white grandma, because that's what they call me, his white grandma. I love it. Anyway, I was excited. A lot of things have changed at the school since I taught there. It was a junior high many years ago, many moons ago. But now it is an early learning center. It is pre-K through 2, or 2nd grade, when I say 2. I was unable to finish the 1st and 2nd grades because the baby rabbits that I brought, they had had enough. They had well over 100 little hands touching them. They were tired. And so I made the executive decision to come back for 1st and 2nd graders at a different time. I was there a little over 3 hours. I prepped for several hours to pull off those 3 hours. I'm excited. It was a very nice break from the nastiness of the world right now. It made me feel like I was giving back to my community. No, I was not paid. Not one penny. And I had each group, each class for almost 30 minutes. So I basically did an entire science lesson 6 times. And I did it all for free because I love kids and God's got me, you know. This is, okay, so I know a lot of times we're about like, what is your purpose in life? We were all created to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ and to love God. It's literally companionship for our Father in heaven. That's what we were created for. But we all have gifts and we all have anointings. And it doesn't matter what mistakes that you make in your life. God does not remove your anointing. Okay? Remember that. What is it? They are soft, aren't they? They're one of my favorite parts. Yes, sir.
They're cute. What we can jump in?
Yes, they can. That's a good point.
They're cute.
They are cute. They're super fast. If they get out of these cages, none of us are going to be able to catch them. Yes, ma'am. My anointing is teaching. When people talk about the fivefold ministries, like the fivefold parts of ministry, teaching, preaching, prophecy, evangelism, my part of that is teaching. And for many years, my anointing was unused and I felt unfulfilled. But today, I got to do what I love, I think, most in all of the world, and that is interact with the most innocent, loving beings on the face of the earth, and that is our children. Our children are our future. And folks, I promise you, you can never go wrong when you sow your time, your love, and your heart into children. There's absolutely no way to get your Father's attention in heaven faster than to truly, wholeheartedly love children. I mean that. So, like I said, it was amazing. I feel extremely fulfilled because I was able to use my anointing in a way that would encourage the next generation of farmers and growers and producers in the United States. If you have an anointing, if you have a gift, what you can do, just to give you an idea, is you can call your local school board and or call your local school, or better yet, go in person. Maybe not this time of year because it's the end of the year and things are a little crazy, but school starts back up at the beginning of August, and you could go up there and you could offer to be a room grandmother. They do that at the school I just left, where you sit in there and you just love on kids, tie shoes, give hugs, wipe noses, whatever, you know. You could read books to children. You could go in, and if you have a gift, like say that you're a sewer, you could work it out with the high school to go in and teach, you know, bring the materials, or have the school provide the materials and teach children how to sew, or start a sewing club at your local high school where one time a week the kids meet with you for 30 minutes or an hour and y'all do sewing activities. Folks, there's 1,000 different things you can do to connect with the next generation. Now, we know that our schools are woke cesspools, but you can get in there and you can make a difference. Because don't think, I didn't say 1,000 times, well, God created the earth. You can slip it in. They're not going to correct me. I'm basically teaching their class for them for 30 minutes. They're not on me that much. You know what I'm saying? They're not watching every word that comes out of my mouth. You can get away with it. So I love you guys. Be blessed. Thank you, all of you that sowed into today. I promise you, God's going to bless you 100-fold, folks, because these children, they were so excited So I love you. Be blessed. I'm done. I'm actually going to take a nap. I said it. Sam's going to take a nap.